Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And we are really out of sorts today. We shot some videos before we came on here. And, well, that was our excuse. And we were running around right beforehand. And we did enjoy. Finished off the bottle of Sagamore Rye, as a matter of fact. And thanks to everybody for making it. And want to give a shout out to a good friend of the channel, Primetime Treasure Hunter. After us, check him out, 9 o'clock. He's got the Cha-Chingathon, and it's a brand new format that he has for it, too.
Oh.
So,
all right. It looks like we got two in the house, the Magnificent Lori and Magnificent Ron.
nice.
How is it going?
Nice. Hey, next week's going to be a really big show. Really big shoe.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Because I'm on it.
Well, that is true. The other reason it's going to be a really big shoe is because it is our 52nd show next week.
Wow.
It's our 1 year anniversary of the live shows, so hopefully everybody can show up. We're going to try to get the numbers done for taxes and all that as well.
Oh, that's right. Gotta get my work cut out.
Crunch
time.
Hopefully. And is this thing on? Boy, where is everybody? I don't know. Head on into the weekly updates, buying and selling and all that. Happy update. There we go. All right.
Magnificent Dave's here. How's it going?
Nice. All righty. So get on into the buying and selling and all that fun stuff. How's everybody's sales doing out there?
You asking me?
I'm asking you and everybody.
Well, I think it's same as last week. eBay seems to be better, surprisingly, and Amazon's a little quiet. Again, the success to eBay is because I'm putting things on sale. I'm taking little lower offers, but I got a lot more sales coming in. Building up some cash flow so I can buy these big collections coming through. So everything's working out nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Today was dreadful.
Really?
I sold 3 items total today.
Okay.
Absolutely dreadful. That being said, wasn't too bad over the past week. It was actually okay. Have you ever tried a coupon? I
have not.
And want to know anybody out there?
I've used coupons in my life, but not pertaining to eBay, if that's what you're asking.
Yes. We are all we are all wondering if you ran scams clipping coupons. Isn't there a movie about that?
Can we say Magnificent everyone first, and then you can tell us?
You can tell whatever you like.
So the Magnificent Michael is in the house. Local Joe Losi, who's also magnificent in the house. Magnificent Roger, Magnificent Michelle, Magnificent Dave, Magnificent Lori, and Magnificent One Gal's in the house.
Oh, you're not doing your job there. Roger said the sales are up and down. Last time I heard that.
Well, I got to say hello, and then we're going to go back.
All right.
There we go.
Apparently, Roger's working in the elevator industry.
Yeah.
Got it? You see what I did there? See what I did there?
Yep.
Sales are up and down.
Sure.
And I had a question for everybody out there that uses the coupon feature on eBay, or coupon, depending on where in the world you're from.
So how's that work, actually? So say I want to do that starting tomorrow.
What I did is I put a public coupon up where anybody could see it and use it.
Okay.
But not everybody uses it. And I'm not certain if that's an eBay issue where it doesn't show up for everybody, or if people have to, like, enable it or check a box in order for it to show up.
It's for a percentage off?
Yeah, yep. I was giving 20% off on the coupon, and that did help. It did get some sales going on there. But when you take a look at your sales, you'd say, it has a little line there that says this person saved 20% with the coupon. This person did. And then other people didn't save 20%. But they bought the item at full price. So I don't understand how the heck it works. Now, obviously, if they make an offer, they can't take 20% off and vice versa.
Yeah.
But maybe it didn't click through to all items. Maybe it can only go on so many items. Could be a glitch.
Yeah.
Who knows? Sales a bit better this week, but I'm listing more lately, so that could be why.
Certainly. Yeah.
It definitely is, although I'm listing a lot, and my sales haven't been outstanding. They are better, but they're not outstanding. Last week, I do want to apologize. I was definitely crying the blues last week. It was a tough week. If things stay the way they are today, I will be crying the blues next week.
What'd you sell? Just one Win magazine last week?
Wow. I did only sell one Win magazine, yes, but I did sell some things around it.
Oh, nice.
Geez, you and those darn Win magazines.
I'm so jealous.
I'm sure you are. Want to know how everybody else is doing on sales, though. Like I said, is it just me or
Lovely Lori's doing a little better?
a little better?
Good
Yeah, I'm
for
thinking
you.
that sounds like what everybody's doing. Is they're doing a little bit better, but like I said, today it dropped right off a cliff.
Oh, one
Slow
gals
this week,
slower,
one gals.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's Seller Hub says, 167.4% over the last 31 days. A couple of really good orders, but overall volume is down. Yeah,
That's true for me. Volume's down, but my sales are up because I'm accepting offers and higher ticket items, which I'm fine with that because I got more money coming in.
right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Coupons never seem to work for Lori, and there's no point for me trying it because I got 20% off and
Yeah.
I take offers. So I got to do one or the other instead of
Yeah, it's
can't sell stuff for
essentially
50% off.
It's essentially running a sale, is what it is. I did it for 1 week. I started it Thursday, so it's ending tonight, I believe. And the reason why I did it was because it's fewer steps than setting up a sale. That's
Well,
realistically
makes
the reason why I did it. I'm lazy at times.
And you have no choice; you have to do it on all your listings.
I think you can probably change lots of different things in there if you wanted to do so.
It's
I
time
just-
consuming and complicated.
Yep, I just said 20%, put it on everything and put it up. And it was a public coupon because you can make it private and then email the code to
Well,
people. And I said,
You know
what
what
do
I
I
should
care?
do? I think my sale ends on the 28th. Maybe I should let it run out and then try the coupon for the same percentage and see how that works.
Yeah, why not? Might as well experiment a little bit and find out what works. But I was wondering if other people had any luck or not. So
Enforcers in the house. How's it going?
I did a little bit better this week than last week, some of
Okay.
which was probably because of the coupon. At least 1 or 2 sales probably were because of the coupon,
Sure.
I would think. Sales good this week. Oh, very good, Ron. Good to hear. How about buys? Anybody buy anything out there?
Man, I've been buying Legos and Funko Pops every day. It seems to be. They always got magazine deals coming in from out of state. I got 2 pallets coming in tomorrow. I had 150 boxes coming last week, so we're in magazine overload. I'm pretty sure once I start buying all the adult magazines all over the country, no one's gonna want to buy them from me anymore because I'll have owned them all.
Nice.
So
Hey, you
I
got
don't know about that, but
everybody's got to have a goal.
I guess so. Yeah, it's to retire, not to list till I'm 90.
Oh, hello, Alan. How are
How's
you?
it going?
On other sites, it was a sales not very good at all. Sending and accepting offers was still slow.
Right.
It's funny. My eBay was, like I said, it was a little better than last week. It was nothing outstanding. Amazon's fine. 3 items on Etsy. 5 with $1,000,000 peddlers.
Wow,
And 2 with Vivs-Views.
you're hot.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. Boy, we're bringing back all the 1970s songs today. But it did. I did end up picking up. Another note I made over here. At the end of last week, it did pick up, but last week was lowest number of items volume-wise that I've sold in a week since mid 2019.
Wow.
So it
That's
was.
crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. But I
2.5
bet a lot of
years.
people. I bet a lot of people are in the same boat. It's not you. It's eBay for whatever reason.
It's not you, it's me. I've heard that before.
It's gas. It's housing. It's automobiles. It's Magnificent Linda's in the house. How's it going?
Nice.
Sales slow but steady. Yeah.
Sales slow but steady. Yeah, it seems like it's going to everybody. Not buying much right now.
Yeah.
Being very selective with my purchases.
Sure.
Well, I went to antique show over the weekend, and when I say antique show, I mean not just the dealers. It really was an antique show, like truly an antique show.
Yeah.
This was $250. This was $500. All this kind of thing. Guy there had, I don't remember what the heck he wanted. It's $1,200 music boxes, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was antiques. It was interesting to look at. Didn't open my wallet other than for the admission charge. But it was kind of interesting. I went with Random Neighborhood Kid, and he did mention to me that he really likes antiques, and when he moves out, he's going to be buying antiques
Cool.
in order to decorate his apartment.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you take me out sourcing with you, and I'll bundle stuff and get you a better price on stuff.
We can sell our antiques to him then.
There you go. I said, I can bundle stuff, I can speak the language, save you some money, and
Sure.
get myself some deals too. So that would be what you would call a win-win. And the real win is him moving out. But that's a whole other
I thought
story.
you were going to say the magazine.
Yeah, Win Magazine. I see what you did there. But it's good though, because it does show that Random Neighborhood Kid does listen to some extent. Because we were talking about it like, hey, if you need a mirror, you go to Walmart and you buy a mirror. You got a mirror that's nothing. Versus you buy you go buy an antique mirror, you can always resell it for what you paid
True.
for it. It holds its value and possibly even goes up.
Yeah.
So you can get the utility out of it and not lose money. So it's good. It's good he understands that.
Sure.
Sending my first card shows.
Is that the one in Syracuse?
Wow,
My buddy's going to that. So
let's say hi to Primetime if Treasure Hunter if he stops by. Definitely. Couple of other buys. Did go to another sale. Picked up a. I think I absolutely stole it. It was half price day. Scrapbook with a lot of clippings, movie star clippings from the 1930s.
Nice.
They had it priced at $10, so it was half price day. It was $5.
Wow.
There were, oh gosh, I don't know.
How can you go wrong with that?
Yeah, 75 pages worth of clippings or something
It's
like
got to
that.
be worth 50 cents to $1 a page.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I think I priced it at about 50 cents a clipping from what my general idea was.
Sure.
I think I priced it at $125. And then I actually did. I'm intruding in your territory.
Ooh, again?
I picked up a
Toy Story.
1970s Buffalo Bills Nodder.
Oh, cool.
$30, half price $15. It's worth about $45 to $50. I got it sitting off to the side. I'll wait for football season on that one over there. And they had car magazines over there for $2 each, half price at $1 a piece. Much as I hate car magazines, I bit the bullet and I bought everything from the late 60s, early 70s that had drag racing covers on it.
There you go. Smart.
And one of them got a bid, which will pay for everything, all the magazines that I bought and make me a couple of bucks. If I had thought about it, I probably should have said how much for all of them, but the problem is they might have sold them to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's the problem. We all know what a big fan I am of car magazines.
Oh, before I forget, I do have the box of airplane books in my truck.
Oh, very good. Very good. And then I went to the warehouse sale, and I ended up buying a bunch of video game manuals. So I got those, going to stick those away and bring them on out at a later date. Figure those are things that are going to go up in value. All Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, things like that. So, neat little things to sit there and buy.
Sure.
You say hi?
Magnificent Papers in the house. How's it going?
Paper Time Machine. Good to see you. Good to see you. So that was everything going on over there with the buying. It doesn't sound like anybody else is buying a lot either. It is a tough time of year to buy, though, right now. At least up north. Flea markets aren't really starting
I could stop buying it. I could actually save some money, but that's not happening.
No time
Well,
soon,
from
huh?
what I hear, people around me aren't buying, so everyone's coming to me, I think, as far as the industry, the sports cards and toys and so forth. So.
Well, and that's one thing that always is true is, and I know we talked about it last week on the show about things that you need to do, and one of the things is if you've got the money and you're the only person with the capital available, when people need to sell, they're going to reach out and sell to you, just the way that it is. So it's always good to have capital available, whether it be cash on hand or whether it be the ability to borrow the money as need be. Not that you really want to go into debt, but if the deal is good enough, you go into debt. You do what you got to do on a good enough deal.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's I've got whatever money that I've got sitting around $3.80, but it's not like if somebody or other came in and they've got the Promise collection that went up at Heritage, which has to end up selling for a few $1 million. They've got that sitting there and they say, I need $250,000 out of it. As much as I don't want to borrow, you have to borrow in a case like that. So you do what you got to do if the right deal comes along on things. And do keep that in mind because a lot of people don't want to borrow on things. But if it's a good enough deal, you just do what you got to do.
Sure.
Have you, second favorite time of the show? Glitch of the week. Have you noticed any glitches?
You're going to tell me about it.
No, I've noticed glitches. Yes, of course.
I don't list, so that's going to be my excuse. And my employees have not told me about
anything. Not told you anything, yep. So this is such a popular segment where every week we tell you a glitch that a couple of other sites have decided they wanted to get in on it. The Etsy got in on it. They sent me an email saying, congratulations, you've sold this item. And I looked at it and I said, wait a minute, I sold that item 2 days ago, which then gets you all worried because you start saying, did I not ship it out? I thought I found it. I thought I shipped it out. Maybe I didn't buy postage. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. And I checked and I go, it's on its way. What are they telling me about? So Etsy got all excited about being noted as Glitch of the Week. And then I went on over to Amazon and their Glitch of the Week and see if I have it in here. Amazon's Glitch of the Week. July 1963 TV Radio Mirror Magazine. I'm sure you've had some of those before.
Sure.
Amazon ended it. Detail page has been removed from our catalog. Why is this happening? Because this July 1963 TV Radio Mirror Magazine has been identified as a radio frequency device product that does not have an FCC ID entry. So
that sounds familiar. Like I've got that too, I think.
Probably. Yeah. So this remote control magazine, apparently, from 1963, got removed from Amazon.
Actually, I did have that Glitch of the Week. It's the same one from last week on the photos we were talking about.
Oh, go ahead. Tell us about it.
With the adult photos, with the cheesecake photos that, you're allowed nudity from the waist up. And we got the same violation that it was in the wrong category, photographs, art. Called up again. They said, let's double check it. I said, we have a ticket number saying that's an eBay glitch. They came back and said, yes, you're right, but you used the word nudes in the title. And we said, no, we would not use nudes in the title. So they double checked that.
I said, how did they not see that?
I don't know. But they put us on hold, spoke with someone, came back, yep, you're right. All right, add that to our ticket. We did nothing wrong, no violation, and let's move on. So they're not fixing the violations, or they're a glitch, apparently, but it is what it is.
Hello, Michelle. So then eBay had a glitch, but they waited until today to do it. They had
Hold on, stop it. Magnificent Dawn finally made it in. How is it going?
Oh, hold on. Linda's being selective on buying, but I'm deleting my antique store. Oh, I've been shutting down, doing better selling online than when I had it open. Yeah, okay. I can imagine.
Cool, very good for you.
Yep.
It's a way to do it.
I can imagine. So eBay waited until today to give me a glitch of the week.
Oh, nice.
They kept me on pins and needles, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they got to be able to come through. They're the original glitch of the week. Listing today, all of a sudden, right in the middle of one listing, I hit submit, walked away from the computer to do something, came back, and there's a thing up there. Please update your how you pay for things. How you pay your bill.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what the heck? That's already been updated because they've got me with that glitch before. So all I did is I exited out, went back in, went to my drafts, relisted the item, listed fine, haven't had a problem since then. I said, oh, eBay, you got to do better than that with your glitches. I've seen that glitch before. Crazy. Oh, all right, everybody out there. We got a question for you all. We all need you to vote on this over here. Mr. Magazine is completely unaware of this.
Don't know what's going on.
So you, Mr. Magazine, had an offer.
Okay.
On some Nike shoes, as I remember.
Yes.
You were asking $122, $115?
It was a lot of Nike football cleats, I think.
Okay.
There was 4 or 5 cleats in the lot, so about 20, 25 a piece, something like that.
Okay, so the whole lot you were asking $125
New
on.
in box, yep.
Okay.
All of them.
Plus what on shipping, roughly?
$25, so it was like maybe 150 total for the 4 or 5 pairs.
So Mr. Magazine was asking $125 for some cleats plus $25 shipping. What offer were you made on that?
$1.
So he was offered $1 plus $25 shipping for 5 cleats. I was attempting to sell some Scene magazines. Now, anybody that doesn't know, the Scene magazines are from Northeast Ohio, Cleveland area. They were free magazines from back in the day that would have articles about the rock stars coming into town and all that kind of thing.
1980s, right?
80s, 90s, 70s, yeah. So these happen to be from 1990s. They had advertisements for the local bars, all that kind of thing in there. I have free shipping. This person made an offer to me with a comment. And their comment was...
Hold on, I got to stop you because I think it's the same guy. We discussed this. He goes, these are normally selling for about $5 a piece.
Oh, this is even better than that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, move on.
This is even better than that. He offered me $1 on 2 of them, $1 a piece, so $2 total.
Free shipping.
With free shipping.
Yep.
And he made a comment in there. These prices are greedy, taking something that a person such as myself would like to have for memory's sake and inflating like an oil company to maximize profit. Shameful. So I want everybody out there to vote. Which was the worst offer, the more insulting offer? $1 for an item I was asking $34 that I have free shipping, or $1 plus $25 shipping on an item that Mr. Magazine was asking $125 on. So $26 on a $125 item, or $1 on a $34 item.
At least I wasn't ripping off the public.
Oh, that's true. I'm greedy like an oil company.
Wow.
I can't believe that as far as that goes, just because it was
baffling.
I think a lot of buyers assume free shipping costs the seller nothing. Oh, well, sign me up for that program.
Well, I'd like to buy a lot from those sellers.
I was say, if that truly is what it is, yeah. So just comment down below if you're watching this on a replay. Which one is more insulting? $1 on a $125 item with shipping, or $1 without shipping?
Safe to say you banned your person as well?
I did ban them. I did comment back to them because I can't keep my mouth shut.
No, really?
You better hope that I can't keep my mouth shut. I did notice that, or I did comment to them that their offer is less than the shipping. That I picked this up, and everybody could watch it in a video that I had, a haul video that I had driven over to Cleveland. So I had 500 miles round trip into picking these magazines up, plus tolls, plus 9 hours of my time. Plus, I had to spend 9 hours in a car with mysterious benefactor.
You should have apologized and said you thought you were being fair since you put it on 50%. And normally they're $70. You should have told them that.
My other question is, has this gentleman ever tried to go out and get his own oil? $4 a gallon is actually pretty cheap if you think about if you had to do it yourself.
That's true. Yeah.
What a double smackdown. There you go. Thank you. So we're it's like in a Royal Rumble where we knock each other out.
Michelle's right, though. I mean, some of the offers I'm getting lately, I delete them and move on. It's just not even worth my time. I mean, I probably get 20, 30 a day that are way less than half price of what I'm asking. And I'm already on sale. My items are 20 to 30% on sale, and then their offers are even less than half of that. I mean, it's baffling.
Well, I had an item up that I just literally put up today. Put it up for $34. It was 1890s, 1900s quack medicine booklet. I'm asking $34 free shipping. Just put it up. Some gentleman offered me $10. I said, you're asking me to end the auction early.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not going to end an auction early for $10 on a $34 item. You got to entice me. I said, it's got free shipping. Well, he mailed back, sorry for wasting your time. I was just starting a negotiation. So I emailed him back and I said, I hope we can do business at some point. I don't like negotiations. I said, I don't want to come back with you at 30, and then you come back at 12, and I come back at 28, and you come back at 50. Right. Just, if you're willing to pay 25, make me an offer at 25. I accept it. We all move on. Right. Exactly. Makes things so much easier for everybody. Yeah. Paper Coach story is better, but Mr. Magazine is more insulting. Yeah. All right. That's fair enough. Both are offensive, but the comment included with the magazine offer would make me angrier. All right. That's fair enough. Both are insulting. I auto-decline stuff for offers more than 35% off. So you can't even see it. See, Popeyes, you're missing all the fun. Yeah. You're missing, and welcome. You're missing all the fun. Also getting low offers. Yeah, and it's got to be that people are almost like sensing blood in the water and just making these offers, because what might be happening, actually, not for $1 offer on it, but what might be happening is they might be making low offers across the board, and other sellers are taking them. And if other sellers are taking, not dollars, but
half off maybe, or
but if somebody's offering $10 on a $30 item and somebody else hasn't had sales, so they take it. Well, now this buyer thinks, everybody's going to take $10 on a $30 offer, which is not necessarily true. Already got a 20% sale and they offer like 10%. Still ticks me off. Yes, it definitely does.
Absolutely,
definitely does. Couple of other things over here. We were Paper Goes license plate as I block you. Nice. One of our subscribers reached out to me. They got they'd sent some stuff out media mail, and they got 2 items actually returned to them, which is odd because I wasn't aware that things were getting returned for being shipped out media mail. Yeah. I thought the rule was that they got sent on and then you were charged the proper shipping. Right. That they would upgrade it to priority and charge you. He said that mea culpa, the one item should not have gone out media mail. They were absolutely right about that. But the other item was one of the Playboy editions that had absolutely no ads in it. And it got sent back to him for not. And so that upset him as well because it was allowed to go media mail and it's getting back. And of course, at that point, the thing comes back to you. The shipping's all screwed up.
And you're wasting 2 weeks probably almost back and forth with the weekends and all that.
Yeah, yep. So that was what ended up happening on that. Kind of crazy. Oh, and did get another situation from eBay. To anybody that doesn't know, we have a video about it, and we are in, and I forget what we're in. We're in that program for overseas. You remember what the name of that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They just contacted me, too.
Yep. This is fascinating. We can't think
It
about
might be
about
on
it.
my voicemail.
It's probably not that important. But we sell on various eBay sites. Everything propagates out to the other sites through this third-party company that's affiliated with eBay, has a contract with eBay. We sell a fair number of things on other sites. Definitely
We've mentioned it before.
We have mentioned it before, so that's all
Is it
right.
with a W? I think it's with a W.
I don't remember. But I did just get a from eBay France. Did just contact me, and this is for Dawn, who's going to laugh because she loves when I read things in French.
Hold on. I knew it was a WC. Thanks, Lori.
Web interpret. Yep. There we go. It was a W. Very good. So
I'm smart.
So they moved stuff. Not like everybody says. I can do things. So they propagated some of my items out to eBay France. Well, apparently, some of the items weren't allowed on eBay France, and so I got, I don't know, a strike or exactly what happened. Now, I've talked to Web Interpret about it before, and they said those things will not get relisted because it's happened before.
Okay.
From eBay France. I don't know, you've never had anything kicked off eBay France?
You would know about it if I did, trust me.
Votre annonce a été supprimé règlement sur la violence, la discrimination et la haine raciale. What, does it sound like fingers on a chalkboard? Oui, monsieur. So they ended 2 items over here because it was against their violence, discrimination, or racial policies.
Wow. What were the items?
One of them was Afrique Signal Review, June 1960. I sound like a really bad Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah.
It was a African Signal Review magazine from June 1968, which is a magazine about Africa.
Yeah.
Which, okay, that one is, yeah. So the first thing was an African Signal magazine. The other item they ended was Cornell University Agriculture Experience Station 1905 18th Annual. So they're ending Cornell items for agriculture for racial discrimination. It has the word signal in it, so apparently the word signal must be not allowed. Must mean something in French, I guess.
Yeah. News.
Yeah, very, very good. So I don't know what signal, S-I-G-N-A-L, means in France, but if you're listening on eBay France, do not do so or you'll get your items kicked off.
Nice.
Oh, I wanted to ask another quick question of everybody out there. Or I want to ask it for you. You can take the guess. So I did a search today, and probably after that email came in, do you recall that you're not allowed to list Little Black Sambo?
Yes.
How many Little Black Sambo items do you think were live today as of noon on eBay?
Over 1,000.
No, only 69. Nice.
Oh, that's all right. Well,
but 69 people had Little Black Sambo up, which you're not even allowed to
they can fly
list.
under the radar. That's a small enough amount where they'll catch a few people, or maybe they hit 100 and they knocked off 40, but it is very low, though.
Yeah. I'm definitely not going to list Little Signal.
Well, here's the problem. There's probably people out there listing items with him in it, but not mentioning a name.
I'm mentioning them, yep. No, these were literally like the Little Black Sambo kids books with him on the cover and everything like that. But yeah, 69 were live and listed.
Wow.
Ever sell handkerchiefs? I bought a collection last week and they were actually selling great. Who knew? I have sold 1 or 2 sealed packs that I've picked up at sales only because they were sealed packs.
Yeah, I had some concert tour ones, maybe some casino ones. That's about it, though. Not too much, though. Sports ones, maybe.
But I know that one of our subscribers are Ron. I know he picked some up or was going to pick some up. So apparently Michelle and Ron have been talking. He knew they were good.
Yeah.
I put the offensive stuff on Mercari cheap, so it sells before they catch
Nice.
me.
Good call.
Nice. Oh, a bonus glitch of the week. I had it's everybody's favorite part.
Yeah.
Had glitches over on PayPal today. I could not put money in there. Kept getting errors when I was trying to put money, and it was
I
saying
was getting a little nervous.
something's gone wrong. Tried it a little bit later, put a lesser amount over, and it went over. So I'll just put a lesser amount a couple of days in a row to replenish my account.
Yeah, because you know I'm going to need some of that down the road.
I do know that.
Magnificent Brian's in the house. How's it going?
Oh, the Oak Brook Picker. Nice.
Man, hankies are selling like crazy. Huh? Who knew?
Kids are cute pictures. All right. Nice. Michelle, if you don't mind, just because I do see those things out at sales, what price point are they selling at? Just so I kind of know if I see a pile of them, know what to pay for them.
Sure.
Is it, they sell for $15, $20, $10? Just in general. List all my offensive stuff on hip postcards. Paper time machine. Okay, yeah, everybody's kind of figuring out.
Just your backup plan.
I've sold hankies very well, yeah. Yeah, my backup plan, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to list that one of one bat signal I just got on eBay France. It'll get kicked right off.
True.
That darn word signal. You never even told us about the big sale that you had today. That you sent to me. That you talked about having received a couple of weeks ago. You talked about it on the show.
God, I don't know. What is
you got it in the mail.
I still don't remember.
For free.
I don't know.
I'll call someone and ask them. I'll have to look their number up somewhere.
I really don't know.
Like maybe in a phone book.
Oh, yes. Yeah. All right. Well, I was thinking of something like expensive like that $3,000 item. You know the $3,000 item? I thought that's where you were going.
No!
Sorry. I
can play charades.
I had a lot of sales today. It's hard to figure out which one you're talking about. My stuff's on sale, so I'm selling more. So, anywho, when we mentioned last week that Paperboy threw out a phone book from Rochester that he got for free.
Shame on me.
I did not, however. In matter of fact, I've been scarfing them up. I took one out of my laundromat, took one from my house, and now I have 3 Rochester phone books, yet one sold for $18. How's that?
Plus shipping.
Plus shipping, yeah. About 20. I know it's someone like an hour away or something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
So if you still are receiving the phone books, if they still deliver them to your house, get them listed on eBay. Somebody an hour away will want to buy it.
I should have put that in a bolo. I'm so mad. So mad. Oh, it'll be in the next bolo. Jeez.
Wow. There are tons of Playboys listed on eBay. Make it make sense. You're sort of allowed to list Playboys. Yeah. Sort of. Certain issues you can't, and it depends upon if they show nudity.
Definitely pre-1980 for sure. I think there's only a couple that have.
The one
has an underage girl in the 50s or some rare one. There's one other one, but other than that, from pre-1980, I think they're all okay. I don't think they have nudity on the cover. That would be an issue. And then I think post-1980, most of them can go as well. So, yeah, and I don't think they're even looking to knock those off.
But other girly magazines are getting knocked off regularly.
Yeah, be careful. And again, it's to their discretion. You could have something that looks totally fine, and they may think it's not. And there's a violation right there. You can't.
Whoa, a few hundred on the hankies.
Wow, holy cow! Are they vintage or
So next week on our anniversary, it's going to be Mr. Magazine and Hanky Goy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I sold them all at auction, $12.99. Most selling around. They're up to $18, but many people are buying multiple orders. Super easy to list. Oh, it's very easy to ship. I can't imagine that they weigh anything whatsoever. Lost power here. Gonna have to watch the replay. You missed my French. Want me to do that part again?
No, please.
Oui, monsieur. I sell phone books when I can get them, old or new. Also get a Victoria's Secrets mailing list. I sell everyone that comes in my mailbox. Yeah.
Very good.
Definitely on that. Oh, and one other quick thing. Want to give another quick shout out to Random Neighborhood Kid. He's been listening a little bit. So he came home from school the other day and said to me, "Come on, I got you a present."
Oh, nice.
And I said, "Sure. Am I loading up your truck so you leave?" And he said,
"A hanky."
A phone book. No, he said they were throwing these out at school, so I got them for you if you could use them. 3 brand new pallets.
Nice.
So these garbage picking pallets, which I said, hey, nothing wrong with that at all. These are nice.
Paying off. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice pallets over here. You're gonna replace some of the broken ones I have, or else stick it down in the basement. Keep the stuff off the ground.
I do about 25 in a storage facility outside the warehouse if you ever need any.
Well, if Random Neighborhood drives by there, maybe you'll steal some of yours too.
Yeah.
But that's good though. It does me proud to see him garbage picking.
I hope he's not picking pennies out the floor and he sprains his back. He wants to go through that.
I'd knock him over if I saw it first.
Obviously.
I saw the July 64 New Jersey phone book for $80 2 weeks ago. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, no, phone books definitely do sell. I'm stunned that one that just came out sold, although I guess it makes sense. I will not throw next year's out.
It was the only one on eBay. We knew that.
Because I threw mine out. So anybody else out there watching from the Rochester area, Mr. Magazine's buying all of those phone books. Bring them in.
Yep, 2022.
There you go. You'll pay by the pound. All right, we're going to head on into the main topic, building your buying network. I thought this was a kind of an important topic to talk about because buying is fairly easy for us at this point.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily easy for everybody out there.
Right.
So what tips can you give and what tips can other people have out there for how you build the network and how you go about, basically what the goal is? I know good friend of the channel, Auction Professor Don, talks all the time about he has pickers out there getting stuff for him.
Sure.
You've got pickers. I've got pickers. We all have pickers. How do you build those relationships up, and how do you even get those in the first place?
Well, I remember you years ago when you're starting Paper Gore, you were handing those pens out everywhere. I remember seeing you do that at auctions and all estate sales, whatever. So that was a good idea. Unfortunately for me, I never bring the business cards with me, but I do give them out like crazy at my shop. Anytime they come in to sell me something, I give it to them. And I always put my cell number on there. Some people don't like to do that, but I'm like, call me anytime because why turn down a good deal? You could have a deal of a lifetime at midnight or 8 p.m. or whatever, and hey, at least I'm answering. It's a good deal. Let's move forward. If it's not, hey, you lost nothing but a 2-second phone call. So I press my the website, my shop numbers on there, my cell numbers on there. So, and I tell everyone I do give finder's fee. So the person that sold the Hess trucks today, they have friends that have Hess trucks and toys. I said, hey, let them know my name, my number, have them call me. I'm buying all this, magazines, so forth, and it does spread. If you're fair, people come back there. It's always word of mouth. I heard you from this guy and that, so forth, and pays off.
Well, and I think one other big thing, especially like you tend to deal more with what I would call civilians, and I tend to deal more with the dealer side of things.
Yep.
The dealers always are going to be finding things. The civilians maybe a one-off
deal, right?
Although they may find other stuff in the other room, or they may tell their neighbor. You've talked in the show before how people have told their neighbors and the neighbors have reached out to you.
Absolutely.
The dealers are definitely good people to cultivate. Hey, good to see you as well, Mr. Hot Wheels.
How's it going?
Dealers are definitely some of the best people to cultivate. And I know we've mentioned it before, but one of the best things, absolute best things you can do is, number one, always greet the dealers that you see all the time. Walk up to them, say hi to them, talk to them, ask them how the show is doing. Just carry on conversation as you're looking around. Be friendly, be this. Ask them if they've got any of this, any of that. Just talk with them. And I try to make it a point to always buy something from the regular dealers. Always. Even if it's a $1 item that I'm only going to sell for $8, I still would rather buy that because now one thing that I do is, I didn't know we were doing potty humor tonight. I walk up as I'm buying it and I always got to get something from you as I buy it. I always stress, I'm buying something from you. I'm always buying something from you, which has paid off in the past because people have said, he always buys from me. And they will remember you if you constantly keep saying it. But like Mr. Magazine said, at one point I had custom pens made up, definitely have the business cards made up.
I'm going to interrupt you for a minute. I'm going to give a shout out to Chet from Rhino's Comics. He's a good guy. I deal with him all the time. And we actually trade off business cards. So he's got mine in his shop. If someone's looking to, sell sports cards or anything, he shoots them my way. If there's comics I'm not interested or toys, I shoot them his way. You know, so it works out too. So
that's a really good idea.
You know,
yeah.
Great. And now he's, you know, we've been dealing for a year. I've known him for years, but the last couple of years, been doing a lot with grading and so forth. And now he's giving me all boxes every week, free bubble wrap. You know, 10 boxes, and he's probably giving me $20 a week in bubble wrap. And of course, for a year, that's $1,000 I don't have to spend. He gets it for free. He doesn't have to throw it out. You know, it works out well. So it's an extra perk. You know.
Well, and I know there was a dealer around the corner from you that has sent people over before on deals as well. Because they weren't, he's an antique guy, and they were things that weren't up his alley.
Yeah.
And I know that there have been times where I've said to you, hey, send it over to him. You know, and you know, I ask the people, say, hey, do you mind when you go over, just say that we sent you over?
Right, yeah.
I think that's kind of important. Also, hey, the guy up the street, you know, Leon sent me.
I returned
a
favor. We got the coin shop on Ridge Road near the Outback. And they always give me business. I give them to them. If it's stamps, coins, jewelry, I always throw them to them because I know they're doing the same for me.
Yep. So definitely do that. I always chat with the estate sale ladies and keep them laughing. When I walk in, they always take me right to the paper. They know me well.
It's like female paper going.
I'll tell you this. Most of the time when I go to the Fleaser sales, everybody's laughing when I walk in. So I'm assuming they're happy to see me, right?
Yeah.
Must be
stand-up
that.
comedian.
Something like that. Storage unit buyers.
Yeah, a lot of ways to make money. That's for sure.
Yeah. But one big thing, paper is one item that I see most not bothering with. I always buy paper because it's overlooked and cheap.
Yeah.
Definitely location based on what comes
Smart,
in and out.
yeah.
Definitely. But always ask or always mention to the dealer that you're always looking for it, and you should be passing. You should definitely have business cards or something else with your number and information on it. And definitely, you want to be passing that out like it's Halloween and there's a bunch of kids at your door. You just can't just be passing it out to everybody. Everybody you see.
Yeah, tape it on the bottom of a Reese cup.
Hey, here you go. As you're walking by people over there, act like you're running for mayor and you're handing out dollar bills for people to vote for you. That's illegal, by the way. Clean out guy never wants the same with the storage unit guy. Always flea market guys. Yeah, definitely. And I think another thing that is definitely overlooked, because I know a couple of people locally that hustle. They definitely hustle. I will not say they do not hustle, but they don't get a lot of repeat calls from people because they always, they're super selective about what they take, and B, they always argue about the price.
Yeah.
And those are two good ways, if you regularly do that, to get out of somebody's Rolodex.
Well, it's funny. I was going to mention my competition around the corner, which, we're friends. We talk back and forth, do business here and there. And he's been complaining since like January 1st. He's hardly bought anything. And I bought a ton since January. I'm always buying a ton, but nothing's changed, nothing's slowed down. And I hear people coming in and it's like, yeah, that guy doesn't offer anything. He's always talking my stuff down, low ball.
Oh, that's
huge. And people don't want to hear that. Even if it's something, I may say, hey, unfortunately, we have a lot of that. If they come in with 88 tops comments, I'm going to say that's junk. No one wants them. I would say most likely other dealers may not want them, but you maybe, donate them to Goodwill as a write-off, something like, turn it into a positive. So at least you're nice to them. And if they do come with something good, they're going to come back, not like saying, oh, that's crap, or your item's $100, I'll give you 10. People don't want to hear that. People aren't stupid. And I think that's hurting him now with some buys that he's lost out on.
Well, I'm going to tell a story, and I may have said this, I may have told this story before, but I was working behind the counter at your store years ago, and a gentleman came in. I don't know if you remember this story or not. A gentleman came in with some.
I don't remember the story if you told me 2 days ago, but go ahead.
A guy came in with some classic comic books, and I collect classic comics, and he came in with them, and they weren't anything too special, but 15 of them, something rather like that. And I looked through them and I said, really nothing great here. I would give you $10 for them. I said, but don't take my word for it. And that was back when there was a comic shop up the road from you.
Yeah.
I sent him, I said, there's a comic shop right up the road. He specializes in comic books. Sure. Bring these up to him, and
at least he gets a second set of eyes.
Yeah.
If you're lying, the guy's going to offer him 100. If you're being generous, the guy may say, I don't want them, or $5, so
Yep.
You have nothing to lose unless you really wanted them and needed them.
Right, yep. So sure. I sent him up to the competition up the road. The guy comes back in 10 minutes, and he says, puts the comics down on the counter, and he goes, here you go. And I said, okay, let me go grab the $10. He goes, no, they're yours, they're free. And I said, thank you. Why are they free? He goes, I took them up the road to the competition, and the guy said, these things are junk. You might as well just throw them out, and then turn around and walked away.
Sadly, they were the biggest comic shop around for 30 years or more, even, if that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
but they were like that. They told people then. Amazing.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I've made friends with my competition, definitely. Everyone has back stock that they never get to selling, and I can get nice wholesale sale deals that way, standing in line at estate sales, for example. Oh,
sure.
Definitely.
That's a big one. I'm all for that.
Be fair first and cheap later. Once relationships are built and you get the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And I very rarely haggle. Very, very, very rarely. I will occasionally. I mean, if you're pipe dreaming on the price, I'm going to nicely turn it down. If you're not pipe dreaming, but you're a little bit higher than I can go, I'll say, look, I never really barter, but can we get this down just a little bit? Can you do just a little better than that? But if they come in with a fair price, I'm just reaching for my wallet and handing them the money for it. Because, and again, we've talked about this before on videos. If you've got $5,000 worth of stuff you're selling me for $200, I really need to get it for $180.
Right. No, that's how I feel. Especially
you might as well pay
if
the
it's a
$200.
repeat customer. This is one guy. His name's Michael, coming to me for a few years now, and no matter what he brings in, no matter what I say, he takes it. And I told him one day, I go, one of these days I want to offer you $10. Usually I pay $50 to $100. I go, one of these days I want to say $10 just to see your reaction, and you'll probably sell it to me. He goes, you're right. But I don't do that. Obviously, but this is how the relationship is, and it works out great once you started that relationship. I've got another guy that brings in graded cards, and usually he's in a $200 range. He never knows what he wants. I'm 180 to 220 every time. Never haggles. I'm getting a deal. He's happy getting what he wants. And this goes on every month.
Paper Time Machine makes a very, very good point there. You have to factor in what it was worth to you in time to have someone else find it for you. I'd rather pay up than stand around an auction. Yeah,
sure.
Most
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely on that over there. And there have been any number of times that I've talked to, I guess they're technically my competition, but it's friendly competition. We're not cutthroat, generally speaking, with anybody up here. Where I've said to them, hey, check this sale out. I give them leads. They give me leads to sales. There have been times where I've said to one of my competitors, I've texted them and said, you got to get over to the sale. Really? It didn't look, trust me, get over to the sale. And he goes, wow, that's a great sale. Yeah. And it was one of those deals that, I was filling my car up and I didn't want to make a second trip is essentially what it was. Now, obviously, I'm taking what I think is the best stuff.
Yeah. But
he's still getting some really good stuff, and I miss stuff as well because I know he sold a couple things out of it very, very well. But again, that's where knowing your competitors, and he's given me leads before and said, you got to check that sale out.
Yeah.
Or I've done things with other competitors of mine where I've said, hey, just to let you know, this is in this room. I didn't buy it because this was the price, but you might be interested in it. This is in this room. And hey, by the way, if you're going, if you can work a deal out on this stuff that I know you don't really deal in, I would pay this for it. And I've told him before, for all the stuff in that room in this box over here, I would give $100 for it. If you pay $60 for it, I don't care. I'll give you $100 for it. Right. And I've actually had people pick things up and then they bring it to me and they're like, yeah, give me $60. I'm like, I said I'd give you $100. No, I paid $60. I got to give you something for your time. You're picking it up, you fronted the money, and you're delivering it to me. That's worth something. Right. And I at least give them 75 in that case, even though I'm trying to give them 100.
Sure.
But again, they're probably looking at it that I'll do something for them at some point in the future as well, so they don't want to get the full 100 out of me. Whatever. It works out well though. But your competition and other dealers can actually be some of the best leads out there.
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
True.
I've told the story before about the one guy that just showed up at my door one day, knocking on or calls me, and then shows up at my door with tons of stuff, and I've never seen the guy before or since, but he said he dealt with me before, and I'm like, cool. I can't argue with that. Stuff hand delivered to the house. Comic shops, video game shops are known for the rip. They prey on it to come in. Yeah, it's like any business. There's
like I said,
good and bad.
Chet's a great guy. I've never heard anyone talk bad about this guy, and we're going back at least 20 plus years. So, but then the other comic shop up the road is no longer there. People dealt with them because they were the only game in town, but they didn't like dealing with them.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's like anything else. There's good and there's bad in every business, and again, I think your reputation is extremely important, extremely, extremely important. And you and I may not work out a deal, but you're not going to walk away thinking that I'm, that I'm rude or anything at all like that. Even if I don't want the things or you're pipe dreaming on the price,
Yeah.
I'll just nicely tell you that I don't need it at this point. I'm not going to be. And there are people out there. I don't know how many times, and my father used to do this, and I had to tell him to stop doing it. You'd be walking around an antique show, and he'd be like, "They want $25 for that. These prices are crazy." And I'm like, "You don't have to say that out loud. Let's wait till we get in somebody else's booth." And then now he does that. Like, you see what they're asking on that? One of those, you get in the booth and you see a $20 comic and you're like, let me see what they're asking on it. And they're asking $45 on it.
Yeah.
And you do 4 or 5 comics like that and you go, I'm not buying anything from this guy because he's twice value and 3 times what I could sell it for.
Sure.
But I definitely think that get your name out there. Talk to people all the time. Just let people know. And another thing too is think outside the box. Just when you're talking to people, just people that you wouldn't necessarily, hey, what do you do? Well, I do this, and I sell stuff on eBay. In my day job, I talk to people all the time and kind of mention, I got the side gig. Oh, what do you sell? And they've never even thought that anybody could sell magazines and things like that online.
Baffled. When I tell myself I'm one of the largest magazines, like they can't believe like who buys magazines. I'm like, I sell probably 200 a day.
Yeah, and these people may have things out there. So even when you're just talking to people, you're out there, you're at church and you're in the thing afterwards, what do they have after? It shows how often I go. Breakfast? Yeah, they have like the breakfast after church, like where everybody gets together and all that. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I've got to go to the flea market. Oh, you go to the flea market? Why? Oh, I sell stuff on eBay. What do you sell? And you never know. You might just mention something there. Oh, I sell comic books on there.
Right.
Really? I have a bunch of those. And you just, I never knew. So everybody that you say that to, get your name out there that you're the one buying this stuff.
Right. Yep.
You just never know. And, at this point, we've been doing this long enough that phone rings. I mean, I got a text a couple of weeks ago from one of my pickers saying, I got these. Is these worth throwing out? This worth keeping because he got a clean out. Mm-hmm. So he just put a bunch of stuff aside for me. He'll do another couple of clean outs and he'll contact me. I'll go up there. I'll make him a fair offer on it.
Yeah.
And he's happy because it's stuff he got paid to haul away. And he's got my number. And I'm happy because he puts the stuff aside for me. And I always pay him very, very fair on stuff and makes us both happy. He makes money. I make money. We all make money.
Right,
and the stuff would have went into the dumpster otherwise.
Sure.
And he got the call, and he's there cleaning the stuff out. Yeah, God bless him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It works out well for him, works out well for me. The downside for having done this as long as we've been doing it, is the phone never stops ringing. That's the downside. When you end up spending tons of money, you never can catch up. Right. But on the other hand, you got to keep buying from the people. And you don't want, and that's the other thing, you don't want to get into the habit of turning deals down from people. No,
because then they're going to find somewhere else to sell it, and they're going to sell it for less. And you certainly don't want to do that. And, like I said, I'm still buying 100%. I mean, every day it's thousands of dollars it's really been. And we're down one less employee. We have one less employee now. We lost another employee. He was a good lister, and unfortunately, we're just building up inventory, and hopefully at some point we'll get more listers and get some more stuff on faster.
It's just best to know what your stuff is worth rather than getting embarrassed when they reject you out the door. Your collection is trash.
Yeah.
Just saying some guys don't really care about the seller. No,
there's a lot of them like that. It's all business. It's junk. Move on. It's some guys are like that, unfortunately.
No, it's like that everywhere, and a lot of it is. I mean, there are people with prickly personalities out there and who've never learned social skills. And I think that social skills are extremely important in this business. To be able to
like me, I used to be like that.
You've improved muchly. Reputation and being trusted goes a long way. Oh, it goes a long way. And part of it is I have to be able to sleep at night too.
Yeah,
that's part of it as well. I have to know that I made you a fair offer. That doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't get a good deal because obviously I'm in the business to make money. I can't pay you what I sell it for, obviously, right. And we all know that. But if I see good things in there, I'm going to up the offer. And we both have mentioned before that we've made people offers higher than what they asked for. just because. Like, no, it's worth a little more than
There
that.
was a guy that came in this week with old Hot Wheels from the 70s. It's probably 70s to late 70s, early 80s. I think he had 150 or 200 of them, and 90% of them are mint condition. The stuff that he played with when he was younger, which were the red lines, which still are good, and he didn't know what he had. He goes, I have to trust you. A lot of people say, like, I have to trust you being fair with me. So I go, give me 10, 15, 20. I'm going to look them up, give you an average price for them. And I made him a price where I feel like he was kind of shocked that it was so much. And he was I could have probably offered him half that and he still would have taken it. But again, I'm being fair. I'm happy making
What you're making,
offering 40, 50% of what they're worth. And if he finds more stuff, he's going to bring it in.
Oh, good.
Same thing. The guy had old Barbies in boxes from the 70s and 80s. I bought those. He came back, sold me more and more. I bought 100 Barbies the other day from the 70s and 80s in the box. So, it's crazy. You can't turn that stuff down.
No, definitely cannot. And again, you can sleep at night. You made a fair offer on it. And
if I bought them for $100, I feel like I robbed them, which I would have robbed them. And I would never do that,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because then you never know. He could be talking to someone, say, I had 50 Barbies from the 70s in boxes. This guy was great. He gave me $100. And I'll say, what? $100? Guy robbed you, and you don't want that to come back at you,
Well, the other thing, too, is after the fact, everybody had a mint condition Spider-Man #1 when they were a kid.
True. Yeah. Or a Mano rookie.
Or a Mano rookie or whatever when they were a kid.
Yeah.
So, I brought all the comic books over to this guy and he gave me $100 for them. Well, what'd you have? I don't know. I had a bunch of Spider-Man. Did you have Spider-Man #1? Look what that goes for. I had that.
Yeah.
Right. They're going to be all of a sudden feeling really, well, they didn't really have the Spider-Man #1. They had the Marvel Tales reprint or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or they had other Spider-Man, but not #1. But in their head they had it. Now you ripped them off and this and that because they're telling their friend they got $100, and their friend's like they're worth way more than that. Whereas, the guy gave me $1,000 for them. Oh, that's a fair price. So the guy's buddy who doesn't even know what he had says, "Oh, he gave you a fair price on those comics without even knowing what they were." Whereas $100 sounds like you ripped the guy off.
Right.
So that definitely makes a big difference. Sleep is definitely key. You guys make 100% sense. Wow, thank you.
Well, it is key. He gets a lot of sleep and I don't. Maybe that's why one's talkative and one's not.
That could be part of the reason why. All righty, keep the comments coming while we get into everybody's favorite. And we have to change the name of this from the rambling story of the week to the never-ending story. You've got
again with this.
You can't leave us hanging. This is phase 3 of the trilogy.
This is gonna be longer than the warehouse videos. How many we have there? 10, 12 of them.
This is Revenge of the Jedi.
I don't know how many weeks this is, but this is phase 3, rambling story of the basement. I think since then I've had not 1, not 2, but 3 basement water experts come in.
I'm thinking if you can keep this problem going for 2 years, when I retire, I may just become an expert on basements and fix your problem and make, I don't know, $50,000 or something.
And sadly, it's not a lot of water at this point, but it's enough where, we don't want to put a floor in, have our basement all nice and the water get in. So we want to make sure it's definitively solved and it's not going to happen moving forward because I don't want to keep dumping money into it. So sadly, the 3 experts came in. Now this is 5 or 6 experts in.
Now were these Larry, Curly, and Moe by chance?
No, they're different. They're different companies, and one's a plumber, one's a concrete guy, another one's a water expert, and they all have different solutions. Everything that the other person did was wrong. Everything that the owner of the house did was wrong. Though for 20 years we've never had an issue. It's just up until the last few months.
You know what that theory is, though?
They want money.
If you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So the plumber's going to come into it from the plumbing side of things.
Right,
the concrete guy's going to come with the concrete.
Right. Yep. Whatever, and they may all be right, but I want to look at what's feasible for me. I don't want to sink $20,000 into it when I can do it for maybe $3,000 or $5,000. No, who knows? Maybe it just takes some cement to fill in some cracks and a new sub pump. I don't know, but I'm exploring all that. I have a gutter guy coming Tuesday and one of those they're indoor, outdoor, never dry or never wet basement people. I think those are going to be very expensive too. But so far we've had estimates from $5,000 to $10,000. And one gentleman was nice enough to say it's going to cost $50,000, and he's got to.
That was me like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
were you listening?
He's tearing up all the flooring, all the walls in the basement, and the good thing is it's guaranteed for life. So,
well, there you go.
If I really want no water whatsoever, $50,000 will do it. And I told him, I go, it's not like it's a $500,000 house or a mansion. I go, it's a decent size house, but it's older. It's going to have some issues. And again, I told him, I can cement this, get a sub pump for a few grand. And if I have to mop it once a month, I'd rather have 50 grand in my pocket and mop it once a month. I mean, I mopped my laundromat for years, every day. Hey, I have no problem mopping the basement if it's going to save me money.
How many mop heads can $50,000 buy?
Well, they're about $5 a piece. So
that would be a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Vera from Alice.
Yeah. Well, the worst case is what the guy just said for 50 grand. I believe the waterproofing outside where they dig the trench and they seal the basement walls, I think that's about 10 to 20,000. And we have a ranch, so it's wider, so that's going to cost closer to 20 grand, I'm guessing. But yeah, hey, we can call Ad Exterior guy. Hey, I'm up for anything. Yeah. Well, there you go. The water expert. Well, we've had one of those so far. The other one's coming Tuesday. Maybe the gutter guy can give us some input. But we're going to do the best. I think I'm going to fix a bunch of little things, grade up the dirt on the one wall in the front, and I think we'll be good to go. So.
Now, you didn't tell everybody what my idea was.
I can't remember. I mean, so many ideas. Who can remember it all?
That's true. It's the little light bulbs on over my head all day long. I suggested you not get it fixed, and you just call it an indoor swimming pool.
Oh, there you go.
You know what those? You know how expensive those things are.
Know, yeah. Well, we did an epoxy flooring on the upper level, which is 6 inches higher, because we never get water there. But the main level, we were going to epoxy it and they can seal it. But then he said if the water's coming up through the cement, 6 months later, it could ruin that whole. The water could be powerful enough to push that whole epoxy, and then you have to do the whole floor again. So I said, we're not going to do that. We're going to seal it. I think they have some vapor barrier thing in there they can put in, and then just put vinyl flooring and be done with it. So
this is the most popular part of the show. Everybody is
telling me every day
about this.
I'm like losing my lifespan here. I think this took like 10 years off my life. So we don't think anyone's water main's leaking because all our neighbors are in good shape. People have told me to call the town and they can probably check the drains at the street and see if there's anything or if there's any roots trapped around some pipes underneath. So we're gonna look into everything. It's just been frustrating. We want to get it done so we can get the basement finished and move on to something else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ever since we moved to Tampa, Florida, I don't have to worry because I don't have a basement anymore.
That is true.
There you go. That's another good idea. You just fill in the whole basement. Don't worry about
Dump
it.
There you go.
So you got two choices here: indoor pool or just fill it all in.
Yeah.
See, we are helpful.
Yeah.
We are nothing. We're a lot cheaper than the $50,000. Yeah. How about all the old magazines you buy you don't want? You just keep throwing in the basement until it eventually fills itself in.
True. Yeah.
There you go. Problem solved.
Absolutely.
Spread out a 3-inch layer of dry concrete.
It's not bad. I mean, it's probably, sadly, it's going to be about 12 to 1,500 square feet the area. So it's going to be a lot of money for concrete. But it might be the way I want to go. Who knows? I'm exploring every option.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you going to have a part 4?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Next week?
Tuesday we got the flooring guy's going to put the dirt up. And then Tuesday we got the gutter guy and the interior water expert. They seal it off. They seal off the blocks and stuff. So we'll see what's next up.
And I was happy to get my attic door fixed.
Well, the good news is the floor guy that put the epoxy flooring in the one room, he put weep holes in and water was coming up. Well, I told him, I go, before your job is done and get paid, at least seal the holes back up. So he did some fast acting dry cement stuff. I don't know, whatever it was. But it's working. We've had no water in like 5 days. So, until we get rain again.
There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Hopefully.
Wow. Hit the like button if you haven't already. We all feel bad for you, Mr. Magazine.
Appreciate it.
Some people out there are playing the world's tiniest violin.
I'm sure they are.
All righty. Thank you very much, everybody. It was a great show. Hit the like button. We will show you next week if Mr. Magazine is able to get his some of his paperwork done for taxes.
We still got to talk about my employee.
We'll do that next week.
You got it. All right.
Yeah, so next week will be the numbers show if Mr. Magazine can get his act together. If not, we'll figure something else out. Next week is the 1-year anniversary of the live show number 52. So bring your confetti, and we will see you next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.